Lou. Myself? Is there anybody here today?
What can I do for you, Mr. Manning?
Have them bring my car around right away.
Just. I'll get it. No, I'll get it. I'm all right. Todd.
We have some unfinished business to settle.
What are you doing here?
We have some unfinished business to settle.
Don't worry, Blair. I'm not going to leave you alone with this animal. Todd, this is Blair's home now. What are you doing here? Why don't you go back to your place? You know, the one that you kicked her out of, the day that you attacked her. And why don't you crawl back under your rock?
It's all right. Todd and I can be civilized when we have to be.
Are you saying that you want to be alone with him?
Maybe you should head down to the marina, because if your charming husband is still on his yacht, and if he's planning to go somewhere...
Why don't you just run along, Dorian? Go check on Davy. From what I hear, your hubby's not just burning a hole in your pocketbook. He's using a blowtorch. Oh.
You lay a finger on her, and I will pull out every greasy, stringy strand of hair on your head. And I'll enjoy it.
Bet you would. Look, Blair, I don't want to fight. And I'm sorry that we had one this afternoon.
What were you expecting, Todd? You'd slap me with a bill for back rent on Melodor for $65,000, and I would say, thank you? When are you going to figure out that every time that we are in the same room together, we always fight? Maybe we should just avoid the situation and maybe just not be around each other.
Maybe. But does it really need to be like that? Look, I was thinking a lot after you left my office this afternoon, and I was thinking that, what do these lawyers know? The uglier things are between us, the more money they make. They want us to rip each other's throats out. That's why this whole thing about the background, that was my lawyer's idea. And now I'm like, what, is he kidding? Yeah, there has to be a better way. And so I was wondering, maybe that's what you wanted to tell me when you came by today, and before I blindsided you with owing me money. Look, you said that there was a decision that we needed to make together. And I could tell that it was important to you because you had that look in your eye. So what is this decision that we need to make? Tell me, I'm listening, okay? So you're going to tell me? What's this big decision you wanted to talk about this afternoon?
I don't remember it. It must have gone out of my head when you said I owed you $65,000.
Look, I'm sorry about the back rent thing. I was way out of line.
You're admitting this? What's going on, Todd? A few hours ago, you were ready to stick the dogs on me, and then you handed me those annulment papers, which I signed, stripping me, of course, of everything except Melodor. And now not only are you backing off, you're kind of giving me a break here. It's like you've gone to the doctor and he's performed this emergency surgery and given you a conscience.
Yeah. I think my body would reject that.
Probably.
Look, what happened was I was talking with Marty Saybrook, and something she said, I don't know, it just kept nagging at me. About how you shouldn't move too fast. Throw away a good thing.
Wait a minute. Roll back here just a little. You had a heart-to-heart with Marty Saybrook. When was this?
You don't know about her being in the hospital? Look, she was letting herself go again, and she got this infection on her kidneys on top of the lupus, and then she walks out of Rhodey's and she faints, and I'm the lucky guy who gets to find her and call her an ambulance. Anyway, they sent her home, and she was all alone. It's kind of pathetic. A while ago, I just went by to make sure that she was still breathing.
How is the little invalid heiress doing?
Marty is doing fine. That's all I wanted to know, so I left.
Well, not before you traded war stories.
Yeah, I guess you could call them that. We've both messed up pretty bad the last couple of years.
In fact, what messed her life up most was you.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about. See, what I did to her. She tried to let it go. She had to. We talked about it once. If she had held on to the anger and the pain and the fear, it would have eaten away at her for the rest of her life.
So, little Miss Orphan Marty said what? Make sure that evil Blair doesn't do the same thing to you. Wait, Todd, don't tell me. Is she the one that talked you into forgiving me about the back rent at Melodor?
No, she didn't. We didn't get into my financial arrangements with you.
Of course you didn't. That kind of stuff is beneath her concern because she was born with a chest, a whole chest of silver in her mouth. She never had to build a company from nothing. She never had to fight for her company like I did. And then when I finally feel like I'm making it, well, I'm just slapped with a bill that I just wasn't expecting.
No, wait a second, okay? You're the one that snuck behind my back and had me thrown off the board of directors. Well, what, that's just a pat on the cheek to you? I should have thrown you. You're lucky I didn't throw you out of the Manning building right then and there.
Let me guess, Todd. My luck's run out, huh?
No, I am forfeiting the rent that you owe me, okay? I gave that to you. I don't want it back. But it's quid pro quo. I want back on the board of directors for Melodor. I want to vote on company decisions.
What? So you can cancel me out every time? No. You know what? This is the Todd that I know, not some goody-goody Samaritan rescuing the damsel in distress. The damsel, when she coincidentally raped, but she let that go.
You heard anything? You have any more decisions you want to discuss, you take them up with my lawyer.
Tell you what. You do the same. If there's anything that you want to talk about, let's have our lawyers do it.
That's why we pay him the big bucks. Have a nice life, Blair.